Hi friends and welcome back. If I had kids right now, I would start investing immediately after they were born. Because there's one thing. In investing, it's all about time. Time is the most powerful asset you've ever had. And kids, they have a lot of this. In this video, I will exactly show you how I would set up an investment plan for my kids, and one that is literally good enough to stay as long as possible for their future, even for their retirement. And all of that without requiring crazy risks or a huge budget. So, whether you already have kids or you're planning, stick around because I will walk you through how I would invest for them, the exact portfolio I would use, and how to involve your family and friends in building generational wealth for your children. And if you enjoy videos about productivity, personal finance, AI, business, and so much more, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on other videos. And now let's dive in. Why you should invest for your kids early. Let's start with the why. Most people start thinking about saving for their kids way too late. They start when their kids are already in high school, or worse, they don't even start planning. If you start investing for your kids early from birth, then you give them a power no one else has. You give them power for infinitive time. Here's what I mean. If you start investing 100 euros or dollars per month into an index fund when your children are born, then on average, with 7% interest, you would have 40,000 US dollars when your children are 18. And if you leave these 40,000 dollars, euros, or pounds untouched till your children are 65, the same investment would be 1.1 million. That's the magic of compounding, which means it's not about how much you invest, rather than how long you invest, and even how early you start. Step 1. Set up a children's investment account. So the first thing I would do, literally in the first week after my children were born, I would open a children's savings account, a junior depot, if you're in Europe. That's a brokerage account that you manage as a parent until your children become 18. The setup is really easy. Just choose a low-cost broker that allows children accounts, link your bank account, set up an automatic monthly transfer, maybe 50, 100 or even more. The goal here is automatization. It's because when you automate your investments, you eliminate the biggest enemy of compounding, and that's human inconsistency. And keep in mind, you don't have to be perfect, whether it's about timing the market or the perfect assets. It's all about the time. It's about automatically invest every month. Step 2. Invest broadly. Now let's talk about where the money goes. If I were investing for my kids, I would not gamble on trendy stocks or complicated funds. I would keep it stupid simple. I would put 90% of the money into a globally invested index fund, such as an all-world MSCI or like an 30-70 portfolio of an emerging markets and developed markets fund. Because these funds own thousands of stock across the globe and not just invest into one market such as the US or Europe or Asia, but in a global connected market. Because remember one thing, we start to invest here for in 70 years, and no one knows how the world in 70 years works. So you should invest over the whole globe, not just in one country, even though you might think that the US or Europe might stay one of the leading markets. Maybe China dominates, or maybe Africa explodes. Maybe AI replaces half of the workforce in the US or something totally different. We can't know that. And that's why I would invest in the whole world. And to add to these 90% into a globalized ETF, I would diversify two pieces, 5% into gold, just to hedge against some inflation or crisis. And I would put 5% into cryptos because it's not just about guarantee to explode, but because it might be something that could be more and more relevant over the next decades, years. That's why I would have a little stake into gold and crypto besides 90% of the ETFs. Step 3. Involve family and friends. There's something that almost nobody talks about, but it's so powerful. If you want your kids to really benefit, make it a family and friends project. Instead of toys and random gifts, ask your grandparents, your godparents, and close friends to contribute monthly and yearly into the child's investment account. Because think about it, if 4 relatives each add 50 pounds, euros, dollars a month, that would be $200 a month going into the account. Over 18 years with 7%, it would be around 80,000 US dollars. And even when you're coming to stay with this money for 65 years old, then your children would have an amazing 2.2 million extra. That's a life-changing amount. Not from inheritance or from luck, it's just collective investing. You're not just building money, you are building a financial safety net that grows alongside your kids. What this looks like long term. What happens with this money? It depends on the goals of your children. Maybe your kids will use it partially for education or make a down payment on a home, or maybe just let it grow until they are older or retire. The thing that really matters here is that you are giving your kids a head start of everyone else. Most adults in the US start and spend the first 10 to 15 years of their careers getting out of debt from college, university, and stuff. Your kid could start adulthood with assets. And if they keep adding to it, even modestly, the snowball effect becomes unstoppable. The psychological effect. There's another benefit beyond investing. It's education. If you involve your child in the progress, show them how to invest, how investment works, explain them what a stock or ETF is, you're teaching them something 99% of people never learn when they grow up. You are showing them that money isn't something magical, that it's a system that can be played. And once they've understand the game, they can play the game better than anyone. So here's my plan in one sentence. If I had kids, I would start investing from day one. Small amounts, consistently, globally diversified, and ideally with family contributions. Because the best inheritance you can give to your children is time, education, and a foundation for them to grow with them. If this video gave you value, leave a like and subscribe to the channel, and comment below how your portfolio for your kids would look like, or if you have, how your portfolio for your kids looks now. I would be interested in that. Thanks for that, and see you in the next video. Cheers.